Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the sixth grade concept of operations with integers. This is 6.3D Readiness Practice, the Proficient version. If we are interested in exploring the 6.3D Readiness Practice for the intermediate or advanced version, or the Readiness Practice resource along with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description. All right, so we've got the story problem here about a bird flying up from a tree branch and catching a worm and going back to its nest. And so let's get a tree going here. All right, so we've got a tree branch. Now, we almost have to read this backwards for it to kind of make sense. Here's my tree. Because it says it flies up from a tree branch. It flies up from a tree branch, but we don't know where that tree branch is until we look at that last sentence. The tree branch is 20 feet above the ground. Okay, so the tree branch, I'm just going to draw a branch right here. There's my branch. It's kind of sticking out of the leaves, and it is, let's say, 20 feet. All right, so it starts at this tree branch 20 feet up from the ground. It flies up 12 feet, okay? So let's get it another 12 feet. So we're going to do a plus 12 feet. Then descends 8 feet to catch a worm. So then let's have it come down 8 feet. All right, so it's down 8 feet. And then it flies up 5 feet to return to its nest. All right, so then let's have it go up 5 feet. And let's say that its nest is right here. So I'm going to just draw this little ring. There's its nest. How high is the bird's nest? See, that's why we had to start with that plus 20. We had to know how far up above the ground we were. So we started 20 feet off the ground, and then we flew up 12 feet. We descended, that means we came down 8 feet, and then we went back up 5 feet to get to our branch. So let's just simplify some of this. We've got 20 and 12, that's 32 minus 8 plus 5. 32 minus 8 is going to be 24 plus 5. So really, we're looking at 29 feet. So we can say the nest is 29 feet above the ground. All right, so we had to know how far up we started with, and that's where we had to kind of read at the very end that 20 feet above the ground. But 29 feet is our answer. All right, so for our next problem, we are exploring the ocean. So let's just get some waves right there. So we have a scuba diver exploring the ocean, and she's descending at a rate of negative 8 feet per minute for 6 minutes. Okay, so we're going to come down here. So negative 8 per minute for 6 minutes. So for 6 straight minutes, she's dropping 8 feet a minute. Then she's going to ascend. That means to rise back up at a rate of 4 feet per minute, a little bit slower, for 5 minutes. So we're going to go back up, and we're going a little bit slower, and we're not going for as long. So I don't think she's going to reach her starting position. Okay? And so we're going to assume that she's starting at 0 there. So this is what we have. We've got a negative 8 times 6. And then we're going to add to that a 4 times 5. And the parentheses aren't necessarily needed. They just kind of show the two different operations we're doing there. So 8 times 6 is 48. So negative 8 times 6 is going to be negative 48. And then my 4 times 5 is going to be 820. So we need to look at our negative 48 and 20. We can look at that as a number line if we want to. Right, so if here's my 0, right, here's my negative 50. If I'm starting right here at negative 48, I'm taking a big jump and I'm getting 20 closer, right? So that's going to be Not quite back up there, but a negative 28. So really, if we trying to figure out what is negative 48 plus 20, since we're moving to the right, we could take a 48 minus 20 to get that 28. So we can at least get the number. We just have to know that it's going to end up being a negative 28. So she is, so we can say for an answer, she is now at a depth of 28 feet. And that word depth really includes the word negative. You can also just say negative 28 feet. Either one of these works. For our third problem, we've just got a pretty big expression here. And so let's see, we need to write down our PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Remember, multiplication and division can be done in either order, left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. They are equal operations. And so really, I've got a multiplication right here, and I've got a division right here, and then I've got these parentheses. I need to take care of that parentheses right there. The parentheses around the negative 8 just means multiplication. But I do have, so let me copy this down, negative 3, negative 8 times 3 divided by, now I need to do this, 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1 makes 5. Okay, now I'm going to do my multiplication. I've got a multiplication here, I've got a multiplication here, and I've got a division. So boom, 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 I can do all three of those. Really, I'm going to subtract at the very end. 21 minus, let's see what I've got. I've got a negative 3 times a negative 8. That's going to end up being a positive, and that's a 24 times 3 divided by 5. So 24 times 3, okay, so 21 plus, what is 24 times 3? That's going to be 72 divided by 5. All right, so now I need to do a little bit of long division on that one because that's not a multiple. So that's going to be 1. That's 22. That's going to be 4. 20. That's just going to go in one time. All right, so 14.4. So really what I have is 21 plus 14 and 4/10. So if I wanted to line that up, 14.4, 21, I'm going to end up getting a 35 and 4/10. So I ended up with a decimal, and that is fine. So if you are interested in exploring the 6.3D readiness practice for the intermediate or advanced versions, or the readiness practice resource aligned with any other standard, you can find those by using the link in the video description.